It's time for
Hey,
another fairly infrequent Royal Round podcast. I'm Ryan.
yeah, on
I'm
two.
joined by Tim.
And
Woo! Let me ask you a question. Did you enjoy watching the Kings play the other night?
no, in fact, it's been a while since I have enjoyed them watching them play.
I can't recall. I guess when they beat up on the Blackhawks in that
Oh,
second
gosh,
game,
that was cool.
that was pretty nice. I guess there's been a few overtime wins that have been okay. 60-minute wins have been hard to come by.
Yeah,
But why should people believe us when we can just go through the numbers? I've just been handed
let's
some
do
num-
it. Let's do it.
just been handed some numbers by my crack research staff. Are we ready? LA
Ready?
King power play ranking. I believe you know where they rank.
That would be dead last.
That's 32. Yeah, there was about a week ago they were actually, I think, one, because
Okay,
Toronto was actually below them for a very short amount of time, right?
that's kind of shocking.
13.7% on the power play. That stinks, right? All
Yeah,
right. Well,
so
you're like, well, the power play's terrible, but I bet the penalty kill is better. 79.6%. That's 20th. All right. So not great in the
no.
lower half of the league, right?
Mm,
Goals for. How many do you know about how many goals the Kings have scored this season? In
I
31 games, right? Is it 31 games?
think so.
Yeah, I think their last game was 31. Yeah. That was the 31st game. They have scored 82 goals. I mean, think about it. 82 goals in 31 games.
Pretty, pretty bad.
I mean, that says it all right there. That's 31st. Uh,
What's behind
so
them? Do you know?
I saw it and then I forgot. Um, Shocking.
Maybe the Kraken.
Maybe the Blues? No, it was. I forgot. I should look that up. Regulation wins. Any idea how many regulation wins they have so far in 31 games?
Um, I just saw this morning and I totally forgot. Is it 14?
No, 9.
Oh, nine,
In
and they have
regular.
14.
Now, regulation and overtime is I think 13, right?
13. Okay,
But
yeah, I
just
was okay.
regulation, because that is like when you end up it's one of the tiebreakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regulation wins.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so 9 overtime losses, pretty whack, right?
Yeah, horrible.
Now, I was surprised that Vegas has also lost 9 overtime games,
What's
and
with all
and
the?
Pitt- and Pittsburgh, but both those teams have more regulation and overtime wins than the Kings, right? Um,
Is it just me? Or there's a shit ton of overtimes this season already. I mean, it seems like I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
yeah, I'm not sure. Like, at what point in the game you just stop pressing for that game winner,
Yeah, I think
and
that's what's happened.
you kind of just phone it in. Maybe it's earlier and earlier now.
I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, where to start with these guys? It's just obviously 82 goals for. That's just. And how do you? I mean, how can you consider yourself? And I don't care what they say on the broadcast and all that stuff about. Well, they don't give up much. They don't give up a lot. I'm so sick of that. Are you not sick of that? I mean, we've been hearing that for like a decade.
Yeah, no, I'm totally sick of it.
And do not dare to even compare any of the last, what, 4 or 5 teams or seasons with like the 2012 guys. They
No, it's
didn't
a
give up,
total.
but they also beat the complete crap out of every team they played in the playoffs because they blew them up physically. I mean, anybody that just skated across the Kings blue line in 2012 was just immediately blown up by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And they would also just hold the puck and the other team's end for like, do you remember how they would just cycle teams to death?
Yeah, and they would still, it's like, just check the shit out of them, and like these guys would be trapped in their own zone, and yeah, it just brutalize them. Yeah, and that's the
It
other
was
thing
just,
too. Okay, so yeah, I have a ton of stuff to say about that because it's like that team, those guys, just like you said, they would dump in and chase and just polarize people, and they would get a ton of shots on goal, even if they weren't quality. They would just get a ton of shots, and they would win games that way. And
yeah,
they
if by
just
some
they
miracle
tested.
somebody managed to get in the king zone, Quick would make a save and then they'd be off the other way. It was like, I mean, I think, and we've talked about that a million times on this podcast. They just like they want to recreate those teams. It's just not going to happen.
Okay, so yeah,
The
that's the
league
thing
has
I want to talk.
changed.
Yeah, that's the thing I want to talk about too. Is because so they had all that success with Sutter, right? And when it wasn't working out anymore, they you know they got they got had Stevens, they got rid of Stevens, and Desjardins. They bring in McClellan, and he plays the 1-3-1, really like defensive structure, and then that didn't work either. And then they go with Hiller, and it's not the 1-3-1, but they just it's pretty similar, and there's just like there's no creativity, there's no offense at all. I mean, I don't know why over like the last decade, why have they stuck with that? It just seems like they want to be like this. I don't know if it's because of Kopitar and he's like so defensive first, and that's why they want to like, and just have the team play that kind of style because it doesn't work anymore. They just try to slow down the game. It doesn't work, and it. I think they have just like okay, I guess I can't say that word, but like they have just evolved into a team that can't. You know, they're like they almost seem scared to shoot the puck. It's really weird. That first game against Chicago, I was like, these guys just like they seem scared to try to win this game. Like I was like, did they put money on Chicago or something? Like, because he would have wide open nets where they wouldn't even bother to take a shot. I was like, man, this has just evolved into like I don't know. It
It's god awful hockey to watch. I mean, you have to be honest about it.
oh no,
It's
it
not,
is.
it's just, I mean, if you're being honest, and we've been Kings fans forever, but it's just god awful hockey to watch. And like when you think about the most exciting thing that's happened recently was Hellenius getting in that scrap,
Yeah,
you
and that's
know?
the other thing I want to talk about too is like it didn't even fire the team up. I was just
It did,
like,
but no, it didn't. They
no,
they had 11 shots on goal after 2 periods.
yes. So I'm like, what is going like that didn't fire this team up? Like I'm just like, because I don't know. I'm just like, Milat and Hellenius especially haven't really been in the lineup a lot, and it's just like, man, that doesn't get these guys fired up. They still won't finish checks. They still won't even take a shot, a shot on goal. Like I don't get what's going on, man. They just seem to have zero confidence, and they just seem, I don't know, like almost, I don't know if scare's the right word, but just kind of just helpless out there, man.
Lost. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't look like anybody's having any fun. I mean,
no.
you see Kobe smiling, and he's probably smiling because he knows he's getting out of here after this year. He's not gonna have to deal with this next year. He'll just be playing golf and stuff. I mean that's kind of hard. It's not like he's phoning it in and stuff, but I don't even know. I mean, I guess him chasing down Marcel Dion is going to be kind of like a cool thing to check out when that happens eventually. But
Mm,
I just don't know where the joy is, in watching this team. Right? It's just kind of like
yeah,
Hiller. You watch him on the bench, his body language looks terrible.
no, he looks panicked. Yeah, I think
I
he's lost.
mean,
I think it's pretty fair to say he's lost the team, right? I know, people will. No, I don't know. Yeah, I think he's lost the team. I don't think they have any confidence in him. And then when they have, they that second gets a game against the Blackhawks where they blew him out. He was talking about, oh, they need to, you know, it was like, you know, they need to decide what style they're gonna play. It was like something similar to like McClung had said before, and it's just like, yeah, they didn't have faith in him or you, dude. Like, you know, and honestly, in that game, up until that one penalty kill, it was the same old story. You know, they were getting just embarrassed out there as far as like
I
shots
mean,
on goal.
yeah, they were just getting I mean, they were getting dominated, man. The Flames game like 6-1
But yeah, if it wasn't for
easily,
Kemper, yeah,
easily. And so, they're wasting his performances because he's playing. He's just as good now as he was last year.
hmm I
After
know that's
kind of the shaky start.
yeah,
So
the kind of
I don't even know where that power play is just appalling to watch, and the number of times where they don't even get a shot on goal, you know, and you're just like, this is unbelievable. And like, on the Royal Rant Twitter, we tweeted out the other day that they're the fourth richest franchise in the league,
yeah,
and that was from CNBC. That was they did it. So I take that as being legit. The
hmm
richest franchise is Toronto. Um,
okay, that's
then I think it's the Rangers. Then the Canadians. So you're like, okay, these like classic original six teams. Obviously, Montreal, they love hockey. So, they're just mad for hockey. Toronto, same deal. And then the Kings, they're like the only, non-original six team, a 1967 expansion team to be like in the top five richest teams. And then five was Edmonton, which kind of surprised me in a way because I don't think of Edmonton as having all that all that money. But
I
it only matters if people want to spend money on the team, and these guys don't.
that's the thing too. When you tweeted that too, I was like, why the fuck were they taking Kempe the money? Just pay the dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, are you kidding me?
And the AEG, I don't, but I mean, that's not money that's tied. I don't think that's counting money that's tied up in something else. I mean, that's just should be money that the Kings just, you know, 3 bill,
Mm,
3.15 billion, and you're like, man, they're never in on the big free agents. I mean, I guess they were kind of in on Rantanen, but probably really half-ass. If I'm thinking about how the Kings go about stuff, just being
well,
honest, like didn't really make a serious run at Rantanen, probably just kind of, and can't attract any superstars. Don't seem to be willing to just pull off like a real ballsy trade. Like when was the last time they pulled like a ballsy trade? Like the Wild just did, getting Quinn Hughes.
yeah, I mean,
They're like, fine, take all these guys. These guys are all first rounders. Here, have these picks. Just take
I guess
everything. We'll take Hughes.
PLD trade, but that was
That
disastrous.
wasn't even a ballsy trade, was it? I mean, it was kind of mid tier, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, giving up a large.
Because
I mean, I guess
he's
I guess
not,
so.
he's not a superstar, you know.
No, but he's a
He's
yeah. That's true. 30 goal scorer.
and obviously, yeah, someone's gonna listen to this, like, well, if you could just trade for a superstar, everybody would do it every day. It's like, yeah, I get that, but I mean, I remember when the Kings got Zygmunt Palffy. I don't remember if that was free agency or a trade now, but that was kind of a big deal back then.
Hmm.
But it's just like, man, you just watch this and you're just like, why can't we have nice things? You got the Dodgers across town that they've won back-to-back championships, and they don't show any. And they just signed like a closer that was with the Mets. They just won't ever stop. It's like they have
Hmm.
their foot on MLB's throat, and they're just jumping up and down on it. You know,
That's the way to go.
and it's awesome. You know, if you're a Dodger fan, it sucks if you're not. But there were, and people forget, there were years and years where they had that bum owner McCourt. They never were in on agents, and they never swung big trades, and they had that stretch where they didn't even make the playoffs forever, and so there were hard times, but they've got it sorted now, and they're relentless.
I think, but
Like,
now, I mean,
you're in Japan and you're an awesome if you're an awesome baseball player in Japan, book your ticket because you're probably going to be coming to LA at some point. So just buckle up and get some frequent flyer miles out of it or something. And that's
yeah,
awesome. And those guys are invested in all sorts of other stuff. And but when it comes to the Dodgers, they just make that like a full time. Let's just kill everyone. And they want a three-peat. It's going to
mhm,
be do that. It's going to blow my mind. That's like so hard to do, but they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. And then you just watch the Kings and you're like, my God, if you just take out the loser points and just call them losses, they're like 14 and 17.
yeah. It's no,
And
it's
it's not a small sample size. It's like, man, it's almost Christmas, right?
no, it's a testament to how bad the Pacific is that they're still in third. I mean, they,
Well, that's only because, and we talked about it, the Oilers, they always take the first 2 months of the year off.
yeah, but then they just got rid of Skinner, so
And
they're gonna start
they're on a
playing
run. They're on a run now.
them. Mm-hmm.
So with the fact that the Ducks, I mean, look where they're at, and here it's like we said, it's almost Christmas. Is this just are they gonna crumble, or are they just gonna hold on to a playoff spot? Look at the Sharks. If the playoffs started tomorrow, the Ducks and Sharks would be in it,
Crazy.
and you're like, wow, I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold on because Edmonton's gonna bump somebody out, probably the Kings. No, I mean maybe not, but no, I mean it's cool. We laugh about it. We have to because it's just obviously it's just sports. There's a lot of heavier things going on in the world, but and you just have to call balls and strikes on it. So that's the way we do it, right?
Yeah,
I can't
I
I
mean,
can't this rah. Hey, I can't just do that. This like don't be so that whole thing, and that drives me nuts. They're in these games. It's like I don't care. They're not winning them. So
I would I,
who
I would
cares if
argue
they're
they're
in?
not in these games. They aren't really. I mean,
Well,
no
that was
way.
the thing. Like, well, they're not getting blown out. Well, it's like they kind of got blown out by the Flames.
No,
In
yeah,
a sense, it's just that they got really unlucky, hit some post, and Kemper, you know, made a bunch of saves he shouldn't have.
he played. He was insane.
Territorially, they were yeah, they looked awful, and given the fact that they've been so bad at home, and they keep talking about how they need to be better. And and people are still fighting traffic and throwing down money to get tickets and walk into that place and buy jerseys, and to just play like that. I think about that. You're walking in there. You've just dropped $300 just to get in the place. You're about to get your $15 beers, and you're just thinking, you know what? There's a very high probability that these guys will score perhaps one or maybe two goals if we're lucky.
Mm.
That's the calculus, right?
Mm.
Like the guys that saw them score 6 against the Blackhawks a couple of weeks ago,
It's
they're
anomaly.
yeah. But
Mm.
I mean, otherwise it's like, and you can just see those games, and you just see them develop, and you're like, oh, they're only gonna they're only gonna score one goal. You just feel it.
Mm.
They know
Oh yeah.
it. Hiller knows it. Everybody in the building knows it. Speaking of everybody in the building know it, how about when Byfield and Fiala had that 2-on-1, and Byfield looked at Fiala so long, every single person from here to Saskatchewan to Albania knew that he was not going to shoot and he was going to make that pass.
I
And it was
know
going
that
to
was so ridiculous.
an easy save for,
Mm.
what's his name? Dustin Wolf? I think that
Mm.
kid's from Gilroy.
Yeah. He was a junior king.
And then he went down and was a junior king, and then I mean, the banging on Byfield thing, it's been happening for already several seasons now, right? It's just one of those things. He had that stretch where he was putting up points, and I don't know, I can't remember. I mean, he hasn't scored a goal in forever. He's only about 40% on faceoffs, so not not great. I don't know what his. I mean, I have a pretty liberal definition of bust. Like to me, a bust, it means like you're not really in the league. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can't play in the NHL. Like I was thinking about it today, and I don't remember what year. Do you remember that guy Alexandre Daigle? And he was the
Mm.
number one overall, and he was taken by the Senators, and he was supposed to be like a can't miss, like generational guy, and he never lived up to that. I
It happens
don't
sometimes.
even think he stayed in the league that long. But I just can't see him being anything more than like maybe a 50-point guy,
Yeah, no, I
with
think so.
the majority of those just coming on assists, because I think it's pretty clear now. Like, and it's not his fault. I mean, this is kind of like probably should have been something that the scouts noticed. Like he doesn't have a natural scorer's knack, right?
Mm.
Not to compare him to Robitaille, but he was drafted in the 6th or 7th round or whatever because his skating was so bad. But fortunately for the Kings, they realized that the dude, he just had a knack for scoring. Like he knew where to be to grab rebounds, and he ended up scoring how many goals? I mean, and Byfield will never have that. He
No.
would he would have seen it by now. I think they just got they were just like, wow, look at this kid. He's like 6'5", 225. And they just took a chance on you know, that athleticism, and hoping that they could turn it into something, you know, rather than going with Stutzel, who obviously has, a scoring touch, a knack. And also just, those guys, they want to score. They want to shoot all the time. They shoot from any angle imaginable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, and I don't know. Like, I agree. Like, I don't. He's not that type of player, and he's not the guy that they or people thought he was going to be. But also, I wonder part of it too is just like the Kings. They don't shoot the puck. Like, they don't have like this whole like we're going to play tonight with a shot first mentality and all that. That never happens. Like, this team doesn't do that. So I wonder if that like stymies him too. But I mean, I agree with you. He's not going to be like a point per game, dude. I don't think he'll ever have close to like 40 goals or anything like that. Maybe like
You know,
25. Yeah, he's not that type of guy. And that's the other thing too. It's not really even his mentality. He doesn't seem to have like well, I could say that about a lot of the guys on the Kings right now, but he doesn't have like that killer instinct, to like finish and stuff. Just like you said, on that 2-on-1, you could just see like, you know,
he's
he
not the
wasn't
only one
comfortable.
guilty of that on this team. There are other guys that are
Yeah.
guilty of that too. I just thought, oh, here he goes. He's not even gonna. He's not even thinking shot. He's just gonna get it to Fiala. Which, sure, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but has a good shot. Probably has one of the best releases on the team. But have some situational awareness. Like the Calgary goalie, he's probably thinking Fiala's gonna get the shot too. So if you shoot it, you
Mhm.
might take him by surprise. But it's just, oh man, it's exhausting. And
Yeah.
any Kings fan listening to this, I admire Kings fans that just like fight traffic, put down hard, especially in this economy that sucks so bad, and just to keep going into that building because they love the team so much, and just to have to sit through that. I mean, it's harsh. If God forbid if somebody from the front office is listening to that, sorry to have to just lay it out to you guys, but that's just the way it is.
How could they not know that though? I mean,
They have to
honestly,
know, but they've got to spin it. But it's like it's an institutional. It's on so many levels. Like, I mean, even just getting a new head coach, I don't even know if that would be a magical solution. It's kind of like there has to be this whole mindset shift of just like we're not this franchise. We're gonna be more like the Dodgers.
no,
We're gonna we want winners, and we're gonna put all, and we're not just gonna talk it. We're gonna walk the walk. Like we're gonna try to get winners and superstars to come and play in this town. You know,
well, they have there so many changes need to happen. Like the whole thing, like they just have to get away from this whole style that they've been playing for like the last decade. Um,
I
you
mean,
know,
just like this whole mentality, it's like try to score 2 goals and then everybody hold on to your butts. It's
yeah,
like this is not only does it not work because a strong team with offensive depth or a couple of superstars like the Oilers,
hmm
they're always going to find a way to beat you doing that.
hmm
You're never going to be able, you can do it once, twice, heck, maybe three. You are not going to beat them 4 times like that. And we've said it
hmm
on here a million times, and it's true because all it takes is McDavid to have one of his McDavid games, and then Draisaitl will have a game. You cannot beat them like that. You have to try to score with them. I mean,
hmm
not go outside of, it's hard to, but I think you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, um, in a playoff series, I would give the San Jose Sharks today a better chance of taking out the Oilers than the Kings right now.
yeah, they're,
Because they have Celebrini, who is a stud, right? And they've got Will Smith, and they have that you know when you have like just they were down like what were they were down 5-1 to the Penguins the other day, or I
yeah,
guess
and
it was that other day, and they came
they
back
were
and won that game.
yeah, they were down 5-1 in the third period and came back to win. Yeah, the Kings couldn't do that.
I mean, I would give the Ducks a better chance of taking out Edmonton in the first round
Yeah,
because
the
they
Kings,
have
they're,
they have
they're not
young,
thinking.
dynamic players that want to create, they want to make plays, and they want to shoot the puck in the net. Wow, what a concept, right?
Yeah, the Kings aren't taking out anybody. The way they're playing, I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, why even that? I kind of feel like the worst thing that would happen if they did somehow manage to squeak in and make the playoffs. I mean, Okay, if they keep that's the thing. If they keep playing like the way they're playing now, it's like not a chance. But if they do, and they get blown out in the first round again, and they're just if it's more of this, oh, we were so close and we're almost there, and this, I think that's the worst thing that could happen to this team. People, they need to realize that the team they have out on the ice isn't going to win shit. If they don't know it by now, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, how could they not know? Nothing is working. They can't even string a couple of passes together. It's bad. And but everybody on that team, like, no one, the only the only dude going off is Kemper. You know, I mean, what?
I mean,
Uh,
where would they be where would they be without the way he's been playing? They'd be
they,
down in the basement. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Armia's been good. Perry went off for a while. And that shouldn't be like, oh, that
And
shouldn't
to,
be
to
like,
expect that like 57-year-old Corey Perry was going to be able to maintain that, to even think that's just insane.
yeah, yeah, that's not gonna happen. There
No,
was,
Armia's been great, but also the fact that your team has sucked so bad that a guy that you originally brought in to shore up the fourth line is sometimes on the first line and is on the
mhm.
first play unit.
Yeah, it's bad.
So it's like it's partly because he's been playing well, but it's also an indictment of like, well, he shouldn't be up here. That's not why he was signed.
Yeah, and it's just, I think like this team has no identity really. They don't know. I think they have so like little or so little direction of what they're doing that they just can't generate any sort of offense. That first game when Kuzmenko got cut, and he was healthy scratch, and then he came back. I remember he was on the power play, the first unit, and he was down in the hash marks, and a pass came from the blue line, and it kind of like got deflected, and it was kind of like trickling towards him, and he didn't skate out to get it. He kind of like reached with, I don't know, it's just like a minor thing, but I remember it's like these dudes just like they this power play is so bad, and they've been told this. I could just tell like they don't have any. They seem like scared to make a play, and it's even like skating out to get a puck.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is just like, the obsession with defense and the fear of getting a healthy scratch because you do something that Hiller doesn't like. Of course, I don't, he never does that with the bets. He only does that with select people. Like he does it
Well,
with Kuzmenko and he
yeah,
does it with Brant Clark. And
and he never does it with Byfield. I mean, Byfield blew the. I mean that game against the Kraken was so awful, and when it went to OT, I was like, I don't want to watch this, man. I don't want to watch this. And Byfield blew it in overtime, and it's just like, but he'll never, you know, I don't know. They just need to overhaul this whole thing. But that's the thing too. Is like, we were talking about them making like a big trade. They can't trade for anybody. I mean, the who
I don't know if
what
you could, I
who are
mean, I
teams
guess
going to
you
be
could
after?
always
If
try to trade Clark, I guess.
I don't, do you think there would be
You could
many teams after him?
probably. I mean, he is leading the Kings in points amongst defensemen.
Oh, defenseman, yeah, yeah.
People like
I
to kind
mean,
of rag on his game, and it's true. He's kind of soft on the puck and stuff, but I feel like, man, he's still really young.
mhm.
I mean, yeah, he screws up, but I feel like, man, at least he's trying to create some offense back there,
Mhm.
unlike anybody else.
Yeah. I think what was it? Defense only had 2 shots on goal last night. They were both from Drew Doughty. So
I mean, it
that
is just woo. Sweet summer child. This is rough.
Yeah, and I think
I don't
honestly,
see how you get out of this, and it's and Eileen Elliott, who wrote LA Sports for the LA Times for years, and now has a Substack, pretty good Substack if you want to read some King stuff, because she calls balls and strikes. She's not, and she mentioned in the one I think she wrote today that it's I forgot how she phrased it, something about how they're unbearably boring or something to watch.
so boring. Yeah, it's
That
painful.
seems to be like, oh, that now you've gone too far, but it's like it's boring hockey. I mean, uh, there are players in the league that just say, yeah, these guys are so boring to play against, and then they're always like, well, that's a testament to our defense. It's like, not really. It's just you don't look to make plays, you don't create offense. Um, it's just unwatchable hockey.
No, it's super, super boring.
And I watch the Kings because I have for probably like 45. Man, I'm dating myself. Probably like more than 45 years. And I'll always watch the Kings. But sometimes I feel like, boy, can I just fire up a game from the Central or something and just watch like the Avalanche play somebody and just watch them fill the net with pucks and you know
Yeah, I mean, those guys, they look pretty unstoppable. I mean, their offense is so stellar.
one regulate.
Goal, their goalie tandem is awesome. Their numbers are awesome. They have the best defenseman in the league. How are they not just going to destroy everybody? But we'll see. I would love to be a Navs fan or a Jets fan or a Stars fan. Yeah, any one of those dogs in the Central. Yeah, for sure.
You're a traitor, Tim. No, I'm not. You're not a traitor. No, you enjoy good hockey. Do you not?
Yeah. So I'll watch
As you might
highlights of
like
other
to
teams, and I'm
enjoy
just
a
because sometimes I'll get well before the Kings went on this stretch where everyone's just been like, yeah, they are so awful to watch. I'll watch other, and I get to thinking like, oh, maybe the whole league's turned into this. I saw Bill Burr was talking about that. He was talking about like how boring the Atlantic is. It's like, well, it's nothing compared to watching the Kings every night. Like not even close, man. Not even close.
not
But then, yeah,
even
I'll watch highlights from
close.
other teams, and I'm just like, the Kings could never score a goal like that. It was some, I think I sent it to you. It was some Pittsburgh game, and Crosby scored like just the nastiest, like backhand. And I was just like, that ain't ever happening.
No, I know, man. It's just you wanna stay true, but you just gotta call it. You gotta call balls and strikes on these guys, and they don't score. They don't create. They don't make nice plays. They don't
That's the
hit.
thing. It's like, how could you say it is like entertaining? They don't. Yeah, they don't score.
I remember I was actually startled when Edmondson just plowed that dude into the boards, like a week or two ago, because it's so infrequent. I was like, whoa, he ran that through the boards, and I was like, and then now it's like, man, how many? I mean, we're not even talking about counting a big hit per game. It's like it's down to like, can you think of a big Kings hit per week?
There isn't.
You know, what I mean?
I can think of maybe like three this whole season. You know, Kopitar finished a check on somebody, which I couldn't believe, and that was pretty bad. Was it Pasternak or something like that? It was another top line dude, and then did Fogel lay somebody out? See, I can't even
Yeah, I
think
know.
of the name. Yeah,
It's like compared to some of those classic Kings teams where they were just constantly hitting guys. That was their whole thing. They were tough to play against, and they just hit everyone. Those teams also had trouble scoring, but um, they made up for it with big hits, big saves from Quickie, and but still, I don't want to even compare this garbage that we see
Yeah,
now with the because
they they were not a boring team.
and and I did say garbage. It seems a little harsh, and I know like on Locked On Kings with Eddie Garcia, somebody sent in an email telling him that he was too negative on the Kings. I'm just thinking, you think you think Eddie Garcia is negative on the Kings?
He's such a positive guy.
You should check out you should listen to this podcast.
Mm,
And we're not even that bad. It's just we have eyes and they watch what happens on the ice or more what doesn't happen on the ice. And here we are mid-December. These guys, if they think they're a lock for the playoffs, they are tripping because with 9 regulation wins and that the Oilers are coming on hard and the Sharks look like they're just like so young and having fun that they're like, why don't we just try to make the playoffs too? Same thing with the
mm.
Ducks. Um, yeah, man, you look like. Did you have a power play that looks like this for another month or so? Start programming those trips to Maui. Start planning the tea times because you're not going to make the playoffs like this.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, what can they really do too? I mean, everyone has to turn their game around. That's the only thing, you
It
know.
has to come from the guys out there that just like, okay, Byfield, he has to do something. It is just
Mm,
not what he's doing out there. It's not acceptable. Kopitar needs to step it up. You know, um, Dowdy. You know,
yeah, he was pretty, yeah, invisible last night too. That's the thing,
um,
Dano has been so bad, right? And I wonder if he just wants out. I wonder, who knows what's going on with him? It could be a ton of things, but I wonder if if they're looking to trade him. I wonder if they're thinking about trading Kuzmenko. But they have to do something, man.
I
If they
mean,
were,
who's gonna take his man? I guess
I
maybe
don't know.
somebody, maybe closer to, but this is all stuff that's maybe.
I mean, he's scored 40 goals before. I mean, there's not a lot of guys on the Kings who've done that.
Yeah, I think he had 39, right?
39.
Basically 40, but I don't know. But all the things that they were kind of hoping for are not happening. Like we're hoping Byfield takes the next step. No, he's regressed. We're hoping that Trevor Moore turns back into the guy that scored like 30 goals a couple years ago, whatever. Nope.
He's regressed. The
Um,
whole team has.
they got foiled thinking that Dano was a guy who could score 27 goals every year. It's like that was never his game.
Well, and yeah, and I think they've
Yeah,
turned like
they
that.
got lucky with that. You know,
I think
you go back
they've
and look at
turned.
his goal totals before, he never came close to that.
No, that's true, but I think they've turned like that third line into just like a shutdown line that they don't even. None of them can generate any sort of scoring opportunities. It's not just to know, and I
Fogel,
think
who was so good last year, he hasn't scored. So there's a
no, the
lot of that need
I just
to
think
step up their
dude.
game.
I think they're. I tell you, man, they look like they're scared to shoot the puck, and I think they're just getting into their ears. Like, of course, they're not being told not to shoot the puck, but I think they're just, they're not giving any leeway to play like outside of whatever system or whatever Hiller's trying to do. I don't know, and it's just not working. It's not working at all. And
No,
I wonder if that's what happened. I mean, I know it was McClellan's deal, but with PLD, where he would he talked about that. Like, I didn't know what my role was there, and I I think like on the Kings right now, like nobody does, or at least it seems that way. You know, and then what's the point of putting in Hellenius and then not even playing him? He played like under 3 minutes. I don't remember seeing Malott out there a lot either.
yeah.
I mean, Turcotte's not scoring. I mean, the whole thing.
Well, that was another
So I
thing.
just,
Like, what could Turcotte? I guess like the only pleasant surprises, like Laferriere is playing well. I
hmm
like his game. He's a guy like you'll notice him hit somebody.
hmm
He's got good hands around the net, like but obviously he's not a superstar. He's not going to score, but he's a depth guy who's good. Armia's looked cool, but other than that, it's just yuck, man.
kind of,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this season is a wash already. I mean, I don't see them like if they do
They
make the.
would have to get so hot to actually comfortably kind of be in a playoff spot.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't
I
see
mean,
that
it seems
happening without
unfathomable.
like a big change.
It's like,
You
wow,
know,
can
kind
you
of
see?
reminds-
Oh.
with does that I can't remember. I was trying to think of like it seems like real similar when can't remember if when they got rid of Terry Murray, but they were playing really bad, and then they had like two good games in a row where they like blew out both teams, and then they came back and it was the same old things, and then he was gone, and it was like it was I think it was just uh was it yesterday like the 12th? That's when they got rid of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was mid-December. It was about this time of the.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. To his credit, Lombardi was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm pulling the trigger on this. We're getting a new head coach."
mhm. I think they
I honestly
mentioned.
don't know why Holland wouldn't do that because it's like, he didn't hire Hiller. Hiller just kind of fell into that job. I don't think they ever interviewed. I don't think Blake actually ever interviewed any coaches. I don't think they made any type of real um, head coach search.
I don't think so either.
So why? I don't know. I just to kind of watch this and just to be okay with it. Like it's kind of surprising to me. And for people like, well, why would you make that? It was like, well, this would be about the time to make a coaching change.
If you're going to. hmm
How how could it be any worse? Not the whole. I mean, I'd be like, why don't you just send the entire coaching staff walking? Because
I
30 people on the
I
power
absolutely
play.
agree. Yeah.
Apparently, the coach is that focuses on the power play, 32nd in the league. Okay, so that sucks. 82 goals for 31st in the league. I mean, that's awful. How you could even fathom that that's acceptable and that's going to be enough to make you a threat in the playoff? That's insane.
hmm
Absolutely insane. I mean, if you're like if you're like mid league, 15th, 16th, yeah, fine. Play
hmm
tough defense. Play tough defense and be 16th in goals for. That might work. Maybe. Of course, they kind of already had seasons like that and it still didn't work. But just to be like looking at that and sitting at like 31st in the league and being like, we'll sort it out. It's like, because I mean, even like Jim Fox, I mean, he was kind of ripping the Kings in the broadcast last night. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and he never does. Ever.
Exactly. And remember
Mhm.
how he was trying to explain what this is? 6-7.
Yeah. hmm
And by the way, if you don't know what that is a real thing. Take it from someone who works in a school. Kids say that all day long.
That must be just
Drive people
maddening.
from
Yeah.
kindergarten to 8th grade, 6, 7. You're just like, jeez. I told one of them, I was like, nah, you're gonna look back on the 6-7 thing and think it was so cringe. And they're like, what's
hmm
cringe? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't even communicate. We don't even have like the same basic vocabulary. I was trying to point out that look back on the 6-7 and think it was lame, but it was cool because Jim Fox was like, I know what it means. It means like so. And remember at one point he was like, and the Kings are nowhere near 6-7 right now.
Yeah.
Basically, in a nice way, Jim Fox telling the broadcast, everybody who's listening that the Kings suck right now, and they sucked in that game. And so let's get to the road trip. So they've got what, Dallas? They've got Florida. Forgetting the middle game after
Tampa Bay.
Dallas. Ooh, oh, that's right. They got a Florida trip. Dallas, Tampa, and Florida. So what do you think? Like 0-3?
Yeah, 100%. Unless
Even
let's say
they've been
turn it around.
weirdly good on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, makes the whole thing even more frustrating. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So I guess, boy, I guess the ultimate Kings thing would be to actually win all three of these games somehow.
Well, that would be awesome.
Because and then like they'll be like, see, we don't suck. Like, okay, I don't know how this happened, because they've had some road trips. Remember some of those road trips, like, how did they pull that off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
even when they were winning some of those games on the road, you're like, I mean, this doesn't pass the eye test. They shouldn't be winning this game, but they won, so scoreboard.
mm-hmm.
So we'll see, but I don't know. They look so flat and uninterested that I just can't see how Dallas won't be up like 3-0 on them after the first period, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, if they play anywhere like they did or against Calgary, yeah, they're not winning any one of those games.
Well, we'll see. Any final thoughts for us, Tim? I know we've been horribly negative, but I just, like I said, we're just saying what we see, and I'm sure that Kings fans that are being honest with themselves will probably come to a similar conclusion, right? That what's going on right now, it's not going to work. It's not sustainable. It's not enjoyable. It's not good hockey to watch.
That's that's the other thing too. It's like it is so hard to watch. So you know what? At this point, it's like I'd rather see him lose like 6-5. That would be exciting to me.
Good old 6-5. Yeah, well, I guess we'll keep the faith. We'll keep watching. Um,
Do you
and
here's something? Do you think Holland actually watches the games? Sometimes I'm like, I don't think anybody in the front office really pays attention to this team. I don't know.
well,
I
we've
mean, I know.
seen, the people in the press box, they seem to watch the
I
game.
mean, that's true.
Holland, he did seem to really glad to be near the beach and near Disneyland. That seems to be kind of
I just think
some.
I bet he's down in Kings Harbor in Redondo. He's probably having a beer, getting some seafood. I mean, I don't blame him. I would be too. But I don't think he's really Kings are
Well, they
really.
said he picked up the phone. He said he missed hockey. I'm just like, man, if you're this probably wasn't what you had in mind,
Yeah,
because
that's
if
pretty
you're
good.
missing this style of hockey, I don't know what to tell you. Because what the boys are playing right now, it can only loosely be defined as hockey. I don't really know. Half the time, it just looks like a public skate that's gone awry. And let's face it, you have many guys that could not shoot a puck in the Pacific Ocean standing at the end of the Santa Monica Pier.
That's
You know, that I'm going to stick with that.
that's like prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. Shoot this puck into the ocean, because, man, the forget what game that was. It wasn't against Calgary because they had like zero offense, but there was that game where they seemed to have so many open looks at stuff, and they just
Yeah,
constantly shooting wide, over, high, wide. And it's just like, wow, how did that not go in? Got a goalie that's just down and sprawling like a wounded water buffalo, and you just can't shoot it over him somehow. And God.
I think I said on the last podcast, I wish I could just fast forward to April and see what's going on. Now I'm just like, I'll fast forward till next October and see what's going on. Like,
Fast forward to April. That's a good, yeah. Where, what if you could fast forward to April? I feel, you know what I think? I think they'll be on the bubble. They won't be in a playoff spot, late March, and they'll need, some help, and they'll need to, how it always comes down to, well, if the Kings do this and that, and then I don't think they'll make it because I think they've coughed up too many points. They've
mhm.
thrown away too many points, and it's not like it's huge. I mean, teams miss the playoffs by a point or two or three.
That's how it is now in the Pacific right now. It's just like, 1 or 2 points separates all the teams. So
But that's the cut line. It's not like um, anybody's just really comfortable for them, other than the Avs and a few teams that where the Kings are at. They've just thrown away so many points already. I could
it ha-
easily miss out.
it'll have to come back to hurt them. I mean, you can't. I don't see how it's not going to.
When you have a lead in the third and they've done that and blown it, and then it goes into OT and then you lose, you leave in that point on the table.
Hmm.
And it's kind of a different vibe from when you're down and you come back and tie it and force a point. That's a different vibe. That's like, well, you're happier with that. You're like, well, we were really close to having nothing, and then we managed to tie it and we got a point out of it. But the ones I'm thinking about are the ones where they had a lead and blew it and couldn't win either in OT or the shootout. God forbid. I'm watching the Kings in the shootout. Whew, that's another.
You never know
That's
what he's going to put
that's a
out there.
no for me. And I was thinking about it in that game last night. I was like, well, if this goes to shootout, I am not watching this, because watching the Kings in the shootout, it's like, I don't know, showing up at DMV without an appointment or something. It's just brutal.
Plus, you never know who's going to be out there now. I don't know why this season it's just like
I
Hiller's
mean,
just like, oh
if the
yeah,
Kings had a shootout and Cody Cece was the first guy to come out to take a shot, it wouldn't
or
even surprise
or
me.
or Dumoulin, because I think CC has like a goal or two. Yeah, so it's like
I mean,
you know,
if they had Anton Forsberg come out and take a penalty shot, it wouldn't even surprise me.
that would
And it might work.
mhm.
That could be the innovation that they need. We have goalies take penalty shots for us in the shootout now.
Now that's entertaining.
That would be kind of entertaining. Actually, that shootout I'd watch if they had Forsberg come out, and I'd be like, well, I gotta see this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh God. Well, at least we can laugh about it. Now, I don't know if we'll be laughing after tomorrow's game in Dallas, but keep the faith, King Faithful. We're gonna
Amen, Mary.
be we're gonna hang in to the bitter end this season, and hopefully, I guess that could be the silver lining. It's like, how could it get much worse? You're 31st in goal scored. I mean, you can only go up from here. Your power play is the basement. It's like at the Earth's subfloor. There's like plate tectonics and stuff happening where the King's power play is. It
It's
can
just right
only
on.
get better. I
It's
guess
right
we
up
should
on
just
that
think,
level.
you know what? It could be that this is just the worst part of the season. They're gonna go on some run. Maybe. We'll see. It would be
That
great.
wouldn't that be awesome?
A nice Christmas present.
Hmm.
In the meantime, go Kings go.
Go Kings, go.